So we've got two sets of brothers in this competition with the Knowles twins.
And the Lowe brothers.
And the Lowe brothers. Josh is the youngest of the two. Him and Nate. Nate is on Team Isaacs.
I think it was set up for the twins, but I don't know about the Lowe brothers.
Josh Lowe, a lot of raw power, hammers that one.
Oh, yes, indeed, he did. And I think he may have gotten two in a row.
One. Does he have two on two swings? Josh Lowe in a groove. Could he make it 3 for 3?
Could it be?
Yes.
Oh, yes, indeed.
You know, Nate wasn't as big a prospect when he was drafted, but he's really done a nice job climbing that Rays system.
Yeah.
One of their top prospects, made it all the way up to AAA this year. Their organization's minor league player of the year. And Nate with the same pull side power as little bro, number 1. Yanked that one, watch out.
Boy, those guys, they're locked in though. Those guys on the rocks there, oh wow, that thing is going to be a shot.
Nate and Josh Lowe with the most power in this field so far. That's going to be back-to-back at number 3. Early 90s hip-hop aficionados loving the synergy between Nate Dogg and Nate Dogg.
All right.
So our lone big leaguer, Lewis Brinson, with the Miami Marlins.
You know there's some pressure on him.
Yeah, we talked to him about that yesterday during the kids camp, and we were saying, you know, do you feel any heat? And he said, well, you know, I didn't until now.
Until you said it, yeah.
All right. Lewis Brinson,
he got a hold of that thing.
It was fun yesterday talking to him about kind of the lineage of his history in professional baseball, because he was part of 2 major trades. He's with the Marlins organization now, but started with the Rangers. Traded for all-star catcher Jonathan Lucroy in 2016. Then the Brewers flipped him for what turned out to be the next year's MVP, this year's MVP of the National League, Christian Yelich. So now he's playing for his hometown team. Grew up about 40 minutes from Miami as a big Marlins fan. There's Jazz Chisholm with his team down 2.
So here's Jazz Chisholm, a.k.a. the Kid.
And he's not using his custom Bahamas flag bat. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is whatever. You know.
Number 1.
Just hit it. There's number 2. I mean, oh my God.
Give me something to swing.
He is crushing him.
I think that hit the yacht.
Wow, if I had to predict who would come out on top of this in this finale, my guess, you know, I think Bo has a slight edge, but I think that being at home and this crowd is going to get Todd pumped up, and I think that he's gonna give it a real chance, a real shot. I'm going to go with Todd. I think the added flow of the crowd and being at home in front of everybody else, I think is going to pull it off for him. I think he's going to win the title here today.
Now the question becomes then, does the crowd get him too revved up? Because we saw Bo very composed in both of his rounds, and Todd, even in the round where he hit 12, it took him 3 or 4 swings. He fouled the first couple back. It took him a little while to get in his groove because he was a little bit too amped up.
You're right.
He finally got in the groove. He got the pitches he wanted, and he started to get on a roll. So we'll see if that's a bonus or a detriment for him.
You know what? I completely forgot about that, and you're right. If he can stay within himself and just use that adrenaline to be, you know, to just pick his swings. Don't get over anxious. Pick the right pitches. Then I think he has a really good shot at it.
I'm curious too. Marcellus and I were talking about you guys, the Blue Jays organization, have tended to sign and draft a lot of guys with big league pedigrees. I mean, you play with Kevin Biggio and Vlad Guerrero Jr. What's it kind of like being with all these guys who have a similar experience and upbringing to you?
It's nice, man. You know, I think that having our dads doesn't make us any better players than anybody else. But what it does is if we're similarly talented, we can kind of know the game maybe a little bit better at a younger age, be ready for professional baseball or college baseball, whatever it is. And being around those guys too, you get a different perspective, you know, because not everybody does it the same way.
Right.
So my dad taught me what he knew, but sometimes I can learn from Vladdy, and his dad told him something different. And I can figure out what works for me. So it's cool to I'm not learning from Vlad Sr., I'm not learning from Craig Biggio, but I hear what worked for them, and I can kind of comply with it.
Speaking of appreciation, how have you grown to appreciate the level of baseball in the Bahamas and how this country is becoming kind of a burgeoning baseball nation?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it seems like kind of out of nowhere. I mean, it seems like pretty new, and they already have a ton of players who are on the cusp of making the big leagues. I mean, Jazz and Lucius, Todd, Chavez Young. I go on and on, right? I mean, there's a ton of really good players, and it's really cool to see.